Good evening and welcome. This is the November 8th, 2023 public hearing of the Land Use Commission. The City Code directs this body to hear applications for map and text amendments, special uses, including plan developments, zoning relief, and appeals from decisions of the zoning administrator, as well as to make recommendations regarding the city's long-term planning goals and objectives. Depending on the type of matter, this commission will make either a final determination or send its recommendation to the City Council. Ms. Jones, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Aravallo?
Here.
Commissioner Halleck?
Here.
Commissioner Hugo? Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Menichev? Commissioner Fractel? Commissioner Rogers? Commissioner Westerberg?
Here.
And Acting Chair Lenoir.
Here. With 5 members present, we have a quorum. Also tonight from city staff are Neighborhood and Land Use Planner Megan Jones, Assistant City Attorney Kathy Lone, and Zoning Administrator Melissa Klotz. This is a formal hearing, and there are rules that govern our proceedings. Most importantly, only one person speaks at a time, so all testimony may be accurately recorded. Anyone who wishes to address the commission regarding any matter on tonight's agenda will have the opportunity to do so at the appropriate time. Our procedure is to hear from staff on the documents on file, and then to receive testimony and other evidence from the applicant or appellant. After that, persons wishing to make a statement regarding the matter will have a chance to do so. Any person with a legal interest in property located within defined notification requirements of the subject property may present evidence, reasonably question witnesses, or seek a continuance of the hearing. When all supporting and opposing testimony and statements have been heard, the applicant or appellant will be given the opportunity for rebuttal or a closing statement. Then the commission will close the record and begin deliberations to consider the standards. The commission will make formal findings of fact based on the testimony and evidence presented, guided by the standards, the commissioner's knowledge of our community, and recommendations of staff. All testimony is taken under oath. Although we do not apply the strict rules of evidence, please limit your testimony to the proposal as it relates to the standards contained in the zoning ordinance and corresponding staff memorandum. When testifying, please state your name and address for the record and sign in on the provided public comment sheet. Our meetings are audio and video recorded. Please make sure that you are at a microphone when asking questions or making statements so that they can be properly recorded. All proceedings are subject to broadcast at a later date. Any matter not concluded at tonight's hearing will be continued to our next regularly scheduled meeting. There are 3 items on our agenda this evening, and I just 2 of which the applicant has requested be continued. So are the parties here for 2105 to 2107 Crawford Avenue? Okay. And and I think, the 2 items, other items on the agenda are a text amendment for Efficiency Homes, 23 PLND -0060, and public hearing for a special use for 1915 to 1917 Grant Street, 23 ZMJV-0046. The last 2 items, the applicant has requested that the item be continued to the December 13th, 2023 meeting. Can we get rid of those? Can I have a motion to continue those 2 items?
I move that we continue those 2 items to the December 13th meeting of the Land Use Commission.
Second.
discussion, I guess then we need a roll call vote, right?
Commissioner Aravalo?
Yes.
Commissioner Halleck? Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Westerberg?
Yes.
Chair Linwall?
Yes. Okay, so we've taken care of those. And if you plan on speaking tonight on a matter before the commission, could you please raise your right hand to be sworn? I guess, okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout the course of these proceedings? Okay, thank you. Now, before we get into the public hearing on this matter, we have the matter of the minutes from October 23rd, October 25th, 2023. Has everyone reviewed those minutes? And are there corrections or edits?
The only correction is just on, I think this was page 3, in the middle of that page where it says Commissioner Lindwall Westerberg made a motion to recommend approval. I believe that was just Commissioner Lindwall. Although I like that we're sort of interchangeable. It's kind of a nice touch.
And on that same, well,
You should be on.
in that same paragraph, just a minor, third, fourth line, and the stormwater collected from the additional drains. That's small.
Okay. And then I have one minor one, just to it's a clarification on page 2, under the first sentence under deliberations. Commissioner Lindwall noted that she thought it was a modest variation request. I just want to not confuse the major versus minor variations. So that's all I have.
Are we on the next item? Oh, this
No,
is all.
we have to approve them.
No, I'm not, okay, but in the next one, the 24-20-22 grant, under Commissioner questions, it says, this is just a better wording, I think. Commissioner Halleck commented on the reasonableness. I think it should be Commissioner Halleck questioned the reasonableness. And then later on, let's see. Oh, and then in the same paragraph, he also noted that other lots on the block have smaller side yard setbacks. Actually, what I said was other lots on the block have similar lot areas and/or widths. That's all I had.
Anyone else?
Sorry, the adjournment, Lindwall adjourned, Commissioner Halleck second, and the motion carried 6-0, but there was 7 people.
Oh, good catch.
I wasn't here, so.
All right. So with those corrections, can I have a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
I move that we approve the minutes for October 25th with the corrections as submitted.
Second.
Do we need a roll call on that? Or vote? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Opposed? And one abstention. Okay. With that, we now turn to public hearing for special use 2105 to 2107 Crawford Avenue, 23 ZMJB-0056. So, Ms. Klotz, are you taking this one? So I'll have you read that into the record.
David Heredia, project manager, submits for the expansion of existing special use ordinance 81097 for an animal hospital, Blue River Pet Care / Fox Animal Hospital, in the C1 Commercial District, Section 61023. The Land Use Commission makes a recommendation to the City Council, the determining body for this case, in accordance with Section 635 of the Evanston Zoning Code.
I'm sorry. Again, for the applicant, it's present, so please explain your proposal.
I'll start. So first of all, thank you all for taking the time tonight. We work for a group called Blue River Pet Care, which is based in Chicago. And one of the locations that we own and manage is Fox Animal Hospital in Evanston. We've managed it since, I believe, approximately 2017, and we've got the opportunity to expand into the space next to us. You can see in the presentation, there's an overview of the property history. There's an analysis of the special use of what we're looking to do. I'll read just a portion of it, that we are requesting to expand the existing hospital into the adjacent space previously occupied by the nail salon at 2105 Crawford Avenue. This will allow the business, us, to service more animals in a more efficient way. And then we outline the zoning ordinance that defines an animal hospital. We currently operate within this definition, so no animals are boarded overnight. Our business operations include hours of operation, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturdays. We're closed on Sunday. We have 8 to 10 employees per shift, and there's 16 parking spaces dedicated to us on the site for a total of 28 spaces. On the following page, you'll see an outline of what we are planning to do. We're the area of the business is expanding 2 additional exam rooms for a total of 6 total exam rooms, as well as storage areas, an employee break room, and a restroom. The additional exam rooms are located along the storefront, where the existing windows will remain. No exterior changes are proposed to the building other than the signage. Animals will be walked while visiting the facility, do so on site along the Simpson Street frontage. You can see an aerial view which outlines the parking lot of the 25 typical parking stalls, as well as 3 tandem stalls along the north side of the building. Of the 28 total spaces, 12 are now dedicated to the use of the chiropractor. 6 were previously the nail salon, but will now be used by the animal hospital, us, upon expansion. And the remaining 10 spaces are for the animal hospital currently. Altogether, as mentioned previously, the animal hospital will have 16 dedicated parking spaces, 5 of which are employee use, including the 3 tandem stalls. The special use application was reviewed by Melissa, who are suggesting the following for consideration. Hours of operation shall not exceed 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. 1 outdoor refuse container is required with a pet waste station that includes pet waste bags. The dead bushes at the front of the property shall be replaced within 1 year of the special use approval. No more than 20% of the storefront windows shall be covered as allowed by the sign code. The applicant shall submit for a permit to tie the existing fire alarm panel at the animal hospital to the expanded area as required by the fire department. Substantial compliance with the documents and testimony on record, and recording of a special use ordinance with the Cook County Recorder of Deeds is required. We will comply with all of these suggestions. I believe that covers it. I should have introduced myself before. Phil Lader, VP of Operations. Dave Heredia is our construction project manager, and he's managing the project. And I guess we'd like to open it up for any questions.
I have a question. You're adding 6 parking spaces by that used to be there, the nail salon. How many employees are you adding?
So I believe that we have,
We have 8 to 10 currently.
Are you adding any?
We don't have any plans at this point to add them. I don't know what that would look like in the future.
we'll likely add probably another 2 employees over the course of the time, but we feel like we can manage the increased space with the staff that we have. But we are open to having a couple more staff.
Okay. And the total parking then would be in accordance with the zoning staff?
Because it's an existing building, the parking that is on site is essentially what the requirement is. It doesn't
Okay,
switch over.
okay.
Just one question. You said that animals are walked, if necessary, along the Simpson Street,
Correct.
in the frontage there. I assume you're diligent about picking up anything that's needed to be picked up, et cetera, but.
Yeah, absolutely. The dogs are always on a leash. It's our pet owners don't want the dogs to get away, so they're leashed at all times. I believe we've stated that we're going to have kind of a weigh station out front. We'll be picking up everything. There will be no refuse or litter left anywhere along the street.
Okay, yeah, it's also two busy streets there, so just
Absolutely.
concerned, okay.
I just have one quick question. It's probably mostly for staff. With respect to the dead bushes, would that normally be a property owner requirement rather than the tenant? I was a little confused with some of the suggested conditions.
It would technically be a requirement of the property owner. The property owner has to give consent for any special use, so that means the owner is aware. That particular condition is, I added that condition, but at the request of Councilmember Suffredin, who asked if there was any improvements that could be made to the strip center overall.
Okay, thank you. Just to clarify, you're fine with the suggested conditions, special use conditions?
Yeah, correct. And we'll work with our landlord on getting that stuff accomplished.
Okay. Okay, with that, we have two people, I think you can sit for now. And we have two individuals signed up to be heard at this hearing. David Cook.
I'm not here to talk about an animal hospital. I'm just talking about your job. I just want to say thank you. I know that your job is very difficult and thankless, and you put in a lot of time, especially on the Ryan Field issue. And I thought you teased out a lot of the issues, teased out a lot of the underlying thoughts, and I thought you guys did a great job. And so on behalf of many people and a lot of my friends, I'm just here to say thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you saying that.
Okay, and then the other person signed up on the sign-up sheet is Marianne Essler. Were you? Oh, okay, thank you. All right, with that, I guess we'll go back to, do you have anything more to add to your proposal?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We covered it. It's laid out in front of you, and we just appreciate all of your consideration.
And staff have anything more to say? All right. With that, I guess it's time for me to go through the standards. We have 9 standards that need to be approved to recommend, make a recommendation to the city council. So I'll just go through those quickly. It's one of the listed special uses for the zoning district in which the property lies. The animal hospital has a current special use, and it's consistent with the underlying zoning district, so that is met, that standard is met. Complies with the purposes and policies of the comprehensive general plan and zoning ordinance. The proposal promotes business expansion and fills a vacant storefront, so that standard is met. Does not cause a negative cumulative impact in combination with existing special uses or as a category of land use. Again, an animal hospital has been operating in this location for many years, and with apparently no negative impacts. The use is expanding into a vacant storefront with an existing, strip center. So I believe that standard is met. does not interfere with or diminish the value of property in the neighborhood. We've had no testimony to indicate that there will be any adverse impact on the neighborhood. And again, this is just filling an existing space within an existing center. Is adequately served by public facilities and services. Again, we're dealing with an existing strip center that it's been occupied by various businesses over the years with no apparent adverse impact on traffic. Preserves significant historical and architectural resources. This is not applicable to this particular project. Preserves significant natural and environmental resources. Again, no changes are being proposed to the footprint of the development, and complies with all other applicable regulations. Is everyone in agreement with those? Okay. So at this point, could I have a motion with respect, for a recommendation with respect to this item?
I will move that the Land Use Commission approve,
We're recommending approval
recommending approval
to the city council.
to the City Council, application for special use at 2105 to 2107 Crawford Avenue, 23 ZMJV-0056, which would include the conditions outlined by staff, with the hours of operation to not exceed 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week, providing an outdoor refuse container along with a pet waste station, replacing the dead bushes at the front of the property within 1 year of approval of the special use, with no more than 20% of the storefront windows covered as allowed by the sign code, and submittal of a permit to tie the existing fire alarm panel at the animal hospital to the expanded area as required by the fire department, substantial compliance with the documents and testimony on record, and recording this special use ordinance with the Cook County Recorder of Deeds.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. So Ms. Jones, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Aravallo?
Yes.
Commissioner Halleck? Yes. Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Westerberg?
Yes,
Chair Linwall?
Yes. So with a vote of 5-0, this matter will move on to the City Council with a positive recommendation from the Land Use Commission. So thank you and good luck. I'm sure staff will be in touch as to what happens next. Okay. With that, we move on with our agenda. Are there any communications? Staff.
No communications, just, which you probably already know, Northwestern will be heard again at the City Council meeting this coming Monday.
Thank you. And I guess we don't have, other than the applicant, we don't have any members of the public to comment. So could I have a motion to adjourn?
sorry, can we confirm the next meeting date? Did we have an extra meeting date?
Yes, we do. It's on the agenda. It's Wednesday, November 29th.
29th, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Do we know how many agenda items will be on that at this point?
2 agenda items. It should not be a very long meeting.
Good. Thank you. All right, with that, may I have a motion to adjourn? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.